Before this video starts, I want to say pictures in this video will be from the Call of Duty Zombies art book. You want to buy that book. The book's amazing. I've seen some pages. I have ordered mine. Just look at it and just show love to, I guess, Call of Duty for Zombies. As much as some people are frustrated with the content we get from zombies, it's still zombies, and just show love. So buy the book. And this is going to be a longer video, so just relax, look at some cool concept art compared to what we got, and just enjoy. The first piece of art we're looking at is the Reckoning concept art, which shows the lobby. It looks great. It looks pretty similar to what we actually got. Here's the photo of what we actually got. But the eye catcher of this concept art is the giant abomination, which absolutely looks menacing, looks terrifying. I think it looks fantastic, and I wish we really did get a giant abomination like that, just to give kind of that scary scale the same feel that the Margwa had in Black Ops 3. Now, the next piece we're looking at is some Liberty Falls concept art. Now, as much as a basic map Liberty Falls is, I fell in love with this map, and the concept art looks amazing. It just looks large scale. It looks like there's chaos. I think in one of the images up there should be an order. I think these are different pages of the book. I'm not sure. Again, buy the book. I think it's great. I've been to the place Liberty Falls is based off of, Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, and I love it. It looks, I mean, the concept art reminds me a little bit of the open world mode we got in Cold War. I'm blanking on the name. That's how, I guess, forgettable it is. But I think it looks great. I think what we got was great, and I think all concept for Liberty Falls, kind of, you could see how we got to where we were, and I think it is fantastic. Some other photos we got are of, I believe this is Citadel. It looks like it, maybe some concept, but I think this is just show like the dark aether environment and the idea of what the environment could look like. I think it looks great. This castle looks amazing. If this is Citadel and I'm blanking like an idiot, then it looks great. This concept art is fantastic, and I think the overall environment looks scary. You know what I mean? It looks creepy. There's lightning everywhere. It's purple kind of fog and glow everywhere. I think this should be what the Dark Aether looks like. We get some little bits and pieces of this, but I think skyboxes should look like this. It looks fantastic. And I think onto the next map, which is Terminus. I believe in the book there are more photos of Terminus and concepts, but my source, which is definitely not Margwa News, it is. Follow him on Twitter. He's great. We have Patient 13. It looks pretty damn close to what we got in the actual game, and I think the overall idea of it stayed the same. But I just love the art style. It looks great. I think what we got in the final game looked great, and I mean that's really it for, I guess, Terminus. I think there is some concept art in the book of the island, what the island's supposed to look like, but I can't really find it. But just, if you want to see that, again, I can't stress enough, buy the book. Up next, we have some Modern Warfare Zombies concept art, and this is where I start to struggle because I didn't play Modern Warfare Zombies. I didn't like it. I thought it was too, I guess, outbreaky. But we have the Aether Worm here. I think it looks pretty damn cool. But I mean, what we got was all right. I didn't mind it. We have the Entity, which I guess is supposed to be Sam or the other side of Sam's daughter. I don't know. I'm sure I explained it somehow in another video, but she looks great. She looks creepy, exactly how a dark aether being should. We have the Aether Vial, which I think is important. I can't remember. I think that's a big plot point in Modern Warfare Zombies. Again, raising my hand, shaking it. You know, I never played Modern Warfare Zombies, so I'm missing out. And then we just have some Modern Warfare Zombies concept art, which again looks cool. It looks very outbreaky. It looks kind of how Modern Warfare Zombies ended up. But here you see some mimics, some abominations. It looks chaotic. It looks messy. And that's how it should have been. But I mean, what we got, I think, was alright. Not my style, but some people enjoyed it. And concept art looks really nice. Shifting over to another sort of letdown, we have Vanguard Zombies, and from the looks of it, the concept art is really cool. We have the construct, which again is still a mystery to us, but look at the designs. They look fantastic. We have the remake of Shinonuma. This is Shinonuma 2, I think. I think this is Vanguard Zombies. Vanguard Zombies had Shinonuma, and this, I guess, is supposed to be another section of it. But it looks nice. It looks cool. Fits the Shino vibe. We have Cortifex's Lair, which looks really cool. It looks similar to the Construct, which I like, but it has its own kind of unique pillars. It looks a lot like what we have as this Shadowsmith, the Warden's kind of lair in that one art. But now we have the big man. We have Big Cortifex. We have him and his concept art we see his artifact. He looks cool. He looks really, really cool. He looks kind of like robotish, but sort of natural. It's definitely giving off a vibe of this is another being from another world. I mean, obviously. But he looks great. We have all the other, I guess, Dark Aether beings. Syraxis. I'm blanking on names. It's been a very long time since I researched into Vanguard. But they look fantastic. In some of them you see artifacts, which look really cool. We have more concepts of the old ones and how their artifacts are supposed to look. That looks cool. Durang Fang has some amazing concept art, and this looks utterly amazing. The vibe is dark, it's scary. It looks like they had some really big plans for this map. Terra Maledicta has also some amazing concept art. It looks very desolate, open, like this is just a wasteland. You see the Construct there. This might be another art and idea for the Construct, but it just looks amazing. And honestly, if Vanguard looked like this and played a little differently, I think this would have been an amazing zombies game. On the Cold War Zombies, we have some pretty cool art, and I liked Cold War Zombies. It wasn't the best. I'm actually gonna work on a video at some point reviewing Cold War Zombies in 2026, 2027, depending on when the video actually drops. But we have some Forsaken concept art. This is, well, the entity is called the Forsaken. He looks very cool. He looks very plantish, which is the vibe they were going for, I guess. I like the concept art better than what we actually got. This is what we got. It looks okay, but we have some Outbreak prototypes, I guess. I guess this tweet says the Outbreak was built on a version of Blackout, which is Black Ops 4. And I mean, if this is Outbreak, we would have been able to have driven cars, and it looks not terrible. Pretty sure we do have driven cars in Outbreak. Again, forgetful. But it looks cool. It looks very open, foggy, creepy. I think it's a horde of zombies in the back. It looks cool. We have some Mimic concept art. It's pretty, not gory, but pretty graphic, and it looks really, really cool. If we got something like this, I wouldn't have been too upset. But I like the design of the Mimic we have now. We have some Megaton concepts, which it looks pretty similar to what we got. You see some D Machina Easter egg steps there. It looks good. What we got, I think it's pretty much the same. I can't really complain too much about it. As for Black Ops Cold War, it's really all we have for, I guess, tweets and just images. You want to see more, read the book. I'm sure there'll be more information in the book. But on to Black Ops 4, which has some really, really cool concept art. Starting with Ancient Evil, I didn't get to play this map. A lot of Black Ops 4 maps I didn't play, except from Voyage and Blood and IX. Those are the 3 free ones, I believe. And those, I enjoyed it. Black Ops 4 was a very weird game coming out of the peak that was Black Ops 3. But here we have some Ancient Evil boss concept art. We have the Pegasus and probably Perseus. I'm probably getting those completely wrong, but the art looks great. From what we got, the idea is there. I think what we got is a little more refined. And I mean, that's really it for Ancient Evil. We have some Blood of the Dead art for perk machines. These look great. Now, I think these are the original prisoners as perk machines, which if that concept is real and I'm not just making stuff up, that would be so fucking cool. And it just overall looks really, really cool. We have some, what is this, 9 concept art. We have the Elephant, the boss. I did fight this boss at one point. Yeah, this looks great. It looks really, really cool. What we got was a little, I think, easier, a little more basic. But this is, it's an elephant. We got an elephant boss fight. It was pretty fucking cool. We have some unused concept art of, like, it seems to be like a Blight Father mixed with a lion, which would have been really, really cool. But I feel like it would have made the map way more chaotic, which I think 9 overall is a great map. And I think this would have been a cool concept, but I like the end results. We have the Pack-a-Punch machine, which it looks pretty similar to this. I think it's a lot thinner, but this looks amazing. It looks like one of those mausoleum coffins. It looks like that. You see the Sentinel artifact there. It looks great. I think concept art is really cool. What we got wasn't bad, but this is fantastic. We have some Chaos Crew concept art. It looks pretty good. This is the group we have. I don't think it's too many differences. Again, I'm blanking on the Chaos Crew, you know, pre-editing, just recording. So if it looks really different while editing, I'm gonna make myself look like an idiot. Now we have some Blight Father concept art, and this looks horrifying. It looks terrifying. Like, however old I was during Black Ops 4, I was in like middle school, early high school maybe. I would have seen this and I would have, Jesus, my chair is very squeaky. I would have like cried. This is terrifying. It looks really good. It doesn't look too far off to what we actually got, but you get the gist of what it is. Some chaos wall buys for guns. I think it looks cool. You know, it just looks chaotic, which is what the chaos story was. It looks really cool. Some Voyage early artwork. Flooded. Looks like a flooded area of the map with zombies, I guess, walking even in the flooded area. It looks cool. Black Ops 4 had a lot of potential in my eyes, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Black Ops 4. I definitely want to do another deep dive of Black Ops 4. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale on Steam and then buy all the DLC slowly. But, you know, I'm excited to see a lot of this concept art. There's going to be more in the book when I actually get my hands on it. And obviously, again, if you want to see more, buy the book. And overall, this looks great. And I think the coolest stuff we are moving on to is Black Ops 3 concept art, which is going to look amazing. The first piece of really cool concept art we have for Black Ops 3 is an electric Margwa. I don't know what the purpose of this was. Maybe it was an alternate for the beast mode where you actually shock things like beast mode, but you're in a form of Margwa. Whatever it is, it's really cool. It reminds me of the shock mimic we have in Black Ops 6 and 7. And overall, any Margwa content is fucking awesome. So really cool to see. Some Gorod Krovi dragon concept. It's just designing the dragon, how the wings are supposed to look. Just things like that. It's, I guess, just designing the dragon. It looks really cool. And then we have more of the Gorod dragon. And this is the dead dragon on the building. Again, it's amazing. It really is really, really cool. We have a concept art for the Drak boss fight. It looks the exact same. If it doesn't, there's very minor details changed about this. It's almost the exact same. It's really hard to go wrong with the Drak boss fight. I think it's perfect. We have some Margwa concept art, which is really cool. The Margwas here are very different than what we actually got. The first one looks sort of like a meatball, which we got in Shadows of Evil. Very cool. And the head of the second one looks a lot like the Shadow Man when he's turned into his Apothicon form. At least the head shape, that little section. The rest are just look really, really cool. They're very unique and different. And honestly, I think what we got from Margwas is amazing. Now we have some summoning key art, and we actually see the insides of the summoning key, which look really cool. I think the summoning key is one of the most iconic items in all video game history, and I think any piece of the summoning key we get is really, really fascinating and cool. Out of all the images I have and seen, these are the only Shadows of Evil concepts we have. I am 100% sure the book has more, and if you want to see more, buy the book, because I certainly will, and I will be looking for all the concept art from my favorite map, and I think the greatest map of all time, Shadows of Evil. Now we have some Revelations art. There's 3 photos that look very different from what we got. It says the first image here is supposed to be the Dark Arena, a cut mechanic that would have had special challenges. Second is the fantastic Ruby Rabbit. It looks great. Looks right out of Shadows. Definitely gives that kind of unsettling, uncanny feel that Revelations has. And the third is the bow holder, which would have given you the Wrath of Agents. I don't know how else would have worked. You can see the bow in there, I think. I think that's the bow. It looks like it. And overall, this just looks very apothecary, very keeper-ish. It looks evil. It looks messed up. It looks fantastic. The next games we're going to talk about is Black Ops 2, 1, and War at World. World at War. You get what I'm saying. I don't need to freak out over... You know what I'm talking. So for Black Ops 2, we have some Origins robots designs and ideas. They all look really, really unique and really cool. The second one looks like what we really got, or at least a version of it. Maybe the third one a little bit too. But the fifth one has that Panzer dome head. That looks really intimidating. And the rest are just robots. I'm really happy with what we got, and I really can't see any of these working. But for concepts to kind of narrow down what we want, I think it's perfect. Another Origins concept art we have is for the crazy room and the 4 sections. I think it looks great. You show me this. This is definitely the crazy room or crazy place. And I think it just looks good. It looks exactly like what we got. Some more Origins. We have a lot of Origins stuff apparently. It shows a Zeppelin and concept art or concept ideas, which said you would have been able to teleport into the Zeppelin for Origins. Maybe that was replaced with teleporting into the robots. We don't know. And then we have some more concept art of Origins with the robot. Looks to be more modern design of the robot. And it says Origins Mound Chamber was originally conceptualized as only being accessible through flooded tunnels. Players would have to need a Panzer suit to get through. I guess the Panzer suit would work kind of like a scuba diving suit. Looks really cool. Moving on to Mob of the Dead, we have an original idea for, I guess, the Hellhounds on the wall. And it says the Hellhounds and Mob of the Dead were originally Native American dream catchers. That's a really cool idea, but I think the Hellhounds were perfect. We have some more Mob of the Dead Mineshaft concept arts. These says these are actually used for Blood of the Dead, but the idea that Mob of the Dead would have been a bigger map is just really, really cool to me. We have some Avogadro concept art, which is really cool. Now, this proposes that Avogadro would have debuted in Black Ops 1 and would have evolved in sequel games. So I guess it's going to start as that kind of twisted, weird guy and slowly evolve into the more electric Avogadro we know today. We have some transit concept art. We have some art of the bus. Cornfield, which has a crop circle. Looks very, I guess, Maryland, West Virginia, which is where it's based on. We have some art of a log cabin, which looks very southern, very strange, but it's not terrible. And we just have a town. This town is really small. It's nice. It's what town eventually turned into. And I think it looks fantastic. We have some moon concept art, which looks really good. And the text with this is really cool. This is the cool stuff. It says Moon was originally planned to be set during Pangea, which is when all the continents were combined, like a trillion years ago or something. The nukes launched by Ultimus would have killed the dinosaurs. I think it's really cool and creates kind of like a what if, you know, it was a nuke that killed the dinosaurs, kind of conspiracy type deal. I think it's really cool. I think the idea is really cool. There's some Call of the Dead concept art. It says Call of the Time of Day exploration. Call of the Dead was originally meant to be a part of a larger map with driven vehicles. So Call of the Dead would have been more of like a transit style. And I think the time of day thing looks really cool. I think the art in the background looked great. But Call of the Dead, what we got is really cool. Ascension was planned to have kill streaks. They would have been purchased through kill streak posters. So I guess kind of like a wall buy, but posters. That's really cool. It kind of reminds me of what we have now, minus the posters. Really cool. Now we have some Black Ops 1 concept art. This is probably the coolest piece of information we have of, you know, leaks from the book. It says The Brat was a zombie meant for the map 5. She ended up being repurposed into Samantha Maxis. So this is like a whole lore timeline shift, which I think is outstanding. I think it's really, really cool. And then to wrap it up, we have some Paris maps and Berlin maps meant for World at War. So the Paris map turned into Moon, and the Berlin map was Kino, which was all these were meant for World at War, which is, I think, really, really cool in my opinion. Overall, that's it for all the book leaks and just concept arts that I have currently. Again, if you want to buy the book, you should. You'll see more concept art than what I'm showing. I have a link to the book in the description. I have a link to Margwa on Twitter, which is where I got all the images from and all the information. Overall, just get the book. All the seeing concept art of what we grew up on is fantastic. It's amazing. And I hope they do more stuff like this for more zombie games in the future. And overall, I think this is great. And I will see you all in the next video when that happens.